Hello everybody, so no DBS episode tonight. Unfortunately, it's not going to come out this week. We'll have to wait till next Saturday night to see what the outcome of Goku versus Toppo is. Actually, we don't have to wait that long, and I'll tell you why that is. But I'm going to use the absence of the episode, I'm going to use it as an opportunity to catch up with you guys because, there's a lot of ground to cover because there's been a lot of news coming out recently regarding Dragon Ball Super and the upcoming events of the series. So I'm going to start off with the basics. There's been some episode previews for 82, and we got the episode titles for future episodes as well. We've got all the episode titles all the way up till episode 85's ass. Some of the titles are pretty self-explanatory, but I am going to give you my thoughts on some of them. I'm going to skip going over episode 82 because I got something to say later on about that. But episode 83 is called From the Universe 7 Team. Who are the strongest 10? Obviously, we know who the strongest 10 are from Universe 7. If you've been watching the opening or if you've seen any of the promotional images, you know who the top 10 are. I will say, though, that after the Goku and Toppo fight, we got 40 hours for the tournament to start. Now, this is 40 hours in their time, not our time. So 40 hours, you can stretch that into like... at least 3 episodes, even more. And it does sound like, okay, so that's episode 83. We know who the top 10 are. Episode 84 is called Son Goku, the Talent Scout. So it's really about, I guess this 40-hour period is really about Goku going around and trying to round up the top fighters for the tournament. So again, episode 84 is called Son Goku, the Talent Scout, inviting Krillin and 18. So to me, we know that Krillin and 18 are going to join the team, but I also suspect that this is the episode where 17 is going to come back into the story, all right? Simply because during the period of promotional images and promotional scans for the Survival Tournament arc, there was a scan with 17 and 18 that said that both of these guys, or him and her, are going to be like doing combo attacks. They're going to be paired up. And they're good at coordinating attacks together. And 18 can switch. So she does combo attacks with 17, and she goes and does combo attacks with Krillin. I mean, they could even come together and fight as a trio during the Battle Royale. Kind of like the Trio de Dangers, but less shitty, hopefully. So it would make sense that if Goku is going to visit Krillin to invite Krillin and 18 to join, it would just make narrative sense to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and have 17 be at their house anyway, just like visiting or something, and then Goku asks him if he wants to join the team to participate. Episode 85, which premieres on April 8th, that Saturday night, is called The Universes Get Into Gear, Each One's Thoughts. And so what I'm guessing is going to happen, hopefully, is that we get sort of like shifts back and forth to each of the 8 universes, because remember, there are 12 universes, but only 8 will be participating in the tournament. And hopefully we get to see more of the gods, more of the Kaioshin, more of the angels, more of the top fighters from each of the verses, and have them have some dialogue. We have to get some type of a group reflection from each of the different universes so that we understand what their perspective is going into this tournament of possible annihilation. Which kind of makes sense as to why in the official Toei, the Dragon Ball Super official website, we got more character profiles. We got the names of more Kaioshin from different universes, and also some brief description of some of the gods as well, some of the angels. Well, in particularly the Harley Quinn angel that is standing near Bermude, and her name is Margarita. Well, it's not Margarita, it's Margarita, but it's the pun on Margarita, so it's, still with the alcoholic beverages. It says here that Margarita always gives candid advice to Kai and Bermude, Bermude being, the clown god, because they are insufficiently strict, and then it also says that she is an angel with an individual speaking style. I wonder what that's all about. So maybe she has like a catchphrase, or maybe she adds something to the end of each of her sentences, kind of like Date Bayo, like in Naruto or something like that. And that kind of goes along with the profile of Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn, she doesn't have an individual like sort of speaking style, but she does have like a very heavy Brooklyn accent, and she says like puddin' a lot. Hey, Puddin'. Now, when it comes to Bermude, who's obviously the god of destruction for Universe 11, the clown-looking guy, I was surprised to read that he doesn't abide by evil, and also that he gets excited with the efforts of his Pride Troopers. So it seems like it's a 180. It's a shift in terms of like the symbolism of his design, which, if you think about the clown and the Joker, as symbolic. They're kind of like the representation of like chaotic evil, but it sounds like he's more about like, you know, doing the right thing or standing up for justice, which is why the Pride Troopers exist in the first place. So it's a little bit weird. It was kind of like, man, this arc is really kind of like, you know, sort of like shifting the light and kind of making seem like it's Goku who's the real douchebag. Now, the most important bit of information, at least for me, and by the way, shout out to Kansenchu, because that's where I'm getting this from, was actually the information that we got pertaining to one of the Kaioshins. Kaioshin Anato from Universe 1. It says here that he is the god of the universe with the highest mortal level. So he's from Universe 1 and he has the highest mortal level. If you remember the mortal level, that's the way that Zeno ranks the verses, right? We found out recently that Universe 9 was at the bottom, and then right after them was Universe 7. And I'm assuming that after Universe 7 is Universe 6. So number 1 is technically the strongest verse. So that's a big revelation. And not only that, there's info on the Kaioshin that I thought looked like a Smurf. The Kaioshin from Universe 12, his name is Agu. And I'm assuming that Universe 12 is the second strongest, because it says here that this guy, he says virtuous things, and it says that although his universe is already developed, so, you know, because he's pretty high ranking, right? Because he's one of the few universes that has like an average of 7 or above. It says here, although his universe is already developed, he aspires to take it even higher. So based off of that, it would make sense that Universe 12 is trying to catch up with Universe 1, therefore making Universe 12 the second strongest universe in the Dragon Ball series. And plus, they're twins, because remember, if you add the numbers and they add up to 13, they're kind of like, you know, twin universes. So it would make sense in that regard. The first and the last would be like the strongest. So yeah, the strongest universe belongs to Kuribo. It's always the characters with the simplest designs for some reason. Now I'm going to be talking about episode 82 spoilers, because as it turns out, alright, long story short, if you were looking forward to that Goku versus Toppo fight, well, it's going to be called off, alright? You know, apparently, the Grand Priest calls it off. He's like, you know, just hold on to your pants, you know, be patient and duke it out, you know, fight in the actual tournament. Don't do it here, which is very weird to me. Well, first of all, it's disappointing to find out that the fight is not going to really happen, or at least not have an outcome, a winner or a loser. But at the same time, I understand it, because if Goku were to lose, then people would just be so disappointed. And if Universe 11, like if Toppo were to take the L, all right, then that would kind of like remove some of the hype for Universe 11. And there is a lot of hype for Universe 11, especially considering the fact that part of Toppo's description was the fact that he was one of the candidates to replace the God of Destruction. That's how powerful he is. So it really wouldn't make a lot of sense for Toppo to lose. But what I also thought was interesting was that it's the Great Priest who calls off the fight. Like, if anything, wouldn't he be acting on Zeno's orders? And Zeno, in last week's episode, he looked like he really wanted to see the fight. Like, people were blocking his view, and he's like, no, both of them were like, let me see, we want to see this. So I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe the Grand Priest is actually the villain of this arc. You remember that face that he made last week? What was that about? And speaking of that, somebody on Facebook pointed this out to me, that when the Great Priest was talking about the rules for the Battle Royale, there's a silhouette in the background that kind of looks like Cell. So do you think that maybe one of the verses has like some equivalent of Cell, just like, you know, Universe 6 has like an equivalent of Frieza, which is Frost? It could be possible, right? Also, I really messed up in my last review because I didn't understand like a translation. It was a subtitle that was very weird. And so I was questioning, wait, is flight negated in the arena? But no, I think now I understand it better. So it's negated if you fly out of the arena, but as long as you're in the sort of like area above the top, you know, above the platform, you can still fly. But if you move, like it's kind of like a cylinder, I guess, that covers it. So you're good within that perimeter, within that area. But if you fly off, that's when the World of Void negates your ability to fly and you fall off. So basically the Tournament of Power is going to be like playing Smash, you know? If people fall off the platform, they're probably going to use some type of like energy blast or some type of attack to sort of like boost themselves up and try and land or grab onto the platform. Last but not least is the revelation of the name of the bald alien guy with the red suit who's part of the Pride Troopers that is fighting Goku all over that opening. His name is Jiren. Kind of like it. Sounds cool. Jiren. And not only that, but you know, it was really weird because this was pointed out to me a while ago. But in the beginning, in the preview for the tournament survival arc, we got this picture, right? And I'm pretty sure that that was supposed to be Jiren. I think it's actually been confirmed that that was him. But then they actually changed him to Toppo, and so you see the shift between this picture and this one right here, how it's different. They're two different characters. So I wonder if like Toppo was supposed to be like the top dog from the Pride Troopers, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, 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 no. You know, make it Jiren. Jiren's gonna be the one to fight Goku. I don't know why they did that. Although technically, I like Jiren's design more than Toppo. I don't know. That's so strange that they just changed it all of a sudden. I don't know if that has some implications for the story, if they were trying to keep his identity a secret, a while longer, or what happened. I just want to end off with a small question here. Who do you think is stronger, Toppo or Jiren? Because I think the common assumption is that Jiren is stronger, just because we see him in the opening going ham with Goku. And so in order for Goku to be doing that, like, he wouldn't be doing that with anybody who doesn't meet his own standards. So it just makes sense that Jiren would be stronger. But I don't know, man. Like, Toppo was a candidate to become God of Destruction. So it could be the other way around. We just don't know. But let me know what you think. Let me know down in the comments section. Subscribe. I do DBS reviews every Saturday night. So I'll catch you here next Saturday night for episode 82. And subscribe, and I said that already, but like the video if you did. I appreciate that. If you haven't seen my Logan review and you've seen the movie, I would recommend that you check it out. And also tomorrow I have a pretty fun Beauty and the Beast related video coming up. So if you enjoy that, or you think you'd be interested in that, check that out tomorrow as well. Thank you so much, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.